Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, several big stories, several big news. We have to mention several players. Let's jump into it together. Here we are guys, always news for you. Remember, this summer is going to be crazy busy, so subscribe to the channel, be part of the family, and as always, here on YouTube, you can comment, you can interact. We will be here with you every single day to discuss about several topics, about several things. So I'm always here keeping you updated, always adding names to my list because there is always something to say. Let me start with a here we go today. Let me start with a here we go because the decision is made. Marcos Senesi will be a new Tottenham Hotspur player. And it's a here we go, the second in a couple of days for Tottenham Hotspur under Roberto De Zerbi, because De Zerbi, after he was able to keep Tottenham up in Premier League and to avoid relegation, in an interview he said, okay, it's a beautiful day because we saved Tottenham, but from tomorrow we have to start working on the squad immediately. No time for holidays, Roberto De Zerbi said. And well, Tottenham delivered two signings. Andy Robertson, Juventus tried to hijack, but Robertson decided to go to Tottenham. It's done. And then Marcos Senesi, a defender wanted by several clubs, is going to join Tottenham Hotspur. The agreement is closed. From what I understand, 4-year contract could include an option for extra season. So everything is done between Senesi and Spurs. He had possibilities in Italy, he had possibilities in Spain, he had several options on the market, but he decided to continue in the Premier League, continue in the best league in the world according to Marcos Senesi. That's how we see English football, and now ready to sign for Tottenham. So good luck to Senesi, ready for this new chapter. We can't say the same for Ibrahima Konaté, because Ibrahima Konaté at the moment is still not decided on what's going to be his future, but there is one guarantee today. One breaking news from the morning: Ibrahima Konaté and Liverpool. The story is over. The deal is off. So Konate is going to leave Liverpool on a free transfer this summer. And that's a big story because in April, the agreement between Ibrahima Konaté and Liverpool was very close. Two things were missing. The length of the contract was okay, the salary was okay. One was linked to the bonuses into his contract. So in terms of every single bonus, when you do important contracts with important players, you can include a bonus when you win the Premier League, a bonus if you win the Champions League, and all this sort of stuff. And then also how to activate some of the normal bonuses. So the extra bonuses were about winning trophies, and then the other regular bonuses about number of appearances or this sort of things. So that's what they call easy or difficult bonuses. The agreement on these 2 points was never done. Ibrahima Konaté was very confident. Ibrahima Konaté went to the press in April and said that we are close to signing a new contract. So when a player goes public like this, you know the agreement is almost done. And that was the case because, again, salary structure and length of the contract were ready. But then, suddenly, deal off. No agreement on these final details. They took weeks and weeks negotiating, and then the deal has collapsed. So Ibrahima Konaté leaves Liverpool after 5 years at the club. Let's see where he goes, because there was strong interest from Real Madrid till a few months ago. Then Real Madrid decided not to go for Konaté around January, February, because they wanted to respect Liverpool and they didn't want to break the relationship with Liverpool. So Real Madrid informed Liverpool they were not going to do another free deal from Liverpool after Trent Alexander-Arnold in 2025, and that was the message. Now, Ibrahima Konaté is free, so we have to see if Real Madrid decide to return on him or not. There are other clubs interested in Ibrahima Konaté. Now he will start exploring the market, so for sure, a really interesting situation to follow. On Real Madrid, just quickly guys, as I get many questions in the last days, what's going on with Mourinho, why Mourinho is not announced, what's happening with Jose Mourinho. I can tell you guys that my understanding is Jose Mourinho and Real Madrid is a deal ready and done. Everything is agreed between Mourinho and Real Madrid on the contract. I told you it's a 3-year deal. I told you on that Monday where I broke the here we go. Then Real Madrid and Benfica share a fantastic relationship. And so everything is okay between Real Madrid and Benfica. Apart from the clause, everything is already agreed between the clubs. What's missing is the elections process. So as soon as the election process is over, Florentino Perez will activate all the formal steps and will announce Jose Mourinho as the new coach of Real Madrid. And then guys, we have to mention Barcelona, because today is the day of Anthony Gordon, but it's also the day when Barcelona do what I told you they were going to do yesterday. Yesterday I told you Barcelona are preparing a first official bid for Julián Álvarez. Well, the bid is on the table. The bid is on the table from Barcelona. It's an official bid worth 100 million euros. No bonuses, no players included, 100 million euros. This is what Barcelona are offering for Julián Álvarez. So Barca start the official conversation. It's involving intermediaries. The player agent is also into it. Intermediaries are involved, so Barcelona are working hard on this one. Atletico Madrid, on their side, are very annoyed and not happy at all with Barcelona behavior, going all in and with this story being this public in the media. Also, the relationship between the two clubs is quite tense. This is why there are intermediaries taking care of the deal. Atletico Madrid, the information internally from the club is that they are not going to accept 100 million euros. They are not closing the deal for 100 million euros. So eventually, extra effort will be needed from Barcelona. So that's the situation as of today. The player has indicated to Atletico Madrid he wants to leave, but from Atleti, 100 million euros is not going to be enough to close the Julián Álvarez deal. So eventually, has to be more. And then, also important to mention, don't forget Bernardo Silva. Many questions on Bernardo Silva. In the last 48 hours, guys, the understanding on Bernardo Silva is that Bernardo has 2 proposals available now for him. It's not time for official proposals, it's all verbal conversations with his agent, Jorge Mendes, but Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are both in this Julián Álvarez story, but also involved in the Bernardo Silva story. Because Atletico want Bernardo Silva. Atletico already spoke to the agent of the player, trying to reach an agreement. Barcelona are also into this. Barcelona are talking with Jorge Mendes and negotiating for Bernardo Silva. Bernardo, in terms of salary, always asked around 12 million euros. Net, it's what he's earning at Manchester City. But eventually, for the right club, he could reduce the asking price of his salary in order to make the best decision possible. There are really important proposals from several countries, but my understanding today is that Bernardo Silva prefers Spain. Bernardo Silva wants to go to Spain. He will not go to Italy because Juventus were interested, but they're not in Champions League, and Bernardo wants to play Champions League football. So now, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, both in negotiations with Jorge Mendes for Bernardo Silva. Remember, Bernardo is a free agent, so no club-to-club negotiation is needed. It's Bernardo who has to decide. The 2 clubs are on it, Barca and Atletico, on Álvarez, but also on Bernardo Silva. We have to understand what's going to happen there with Bernardo, with Álvarez, and with all the rest. But for sure, it's going to be a really interesting story for the next days, with Barcelona now keen on Bernardo and also Atletico Madrid talking to his agent, Jorge Mendes. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. It's been a busy couple of days, and the weekend is coming, the Champions League final is coming, so let me know your opinion on Konate, on Marcos Senesi, on Bernardo Silva, on Julián Álvarez, and a couple of other things in the comments. Like this video, turn on notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.